A big thanks goes out to Squarespace for sponsoring this week's video. Well, good morning everybody and welcome to another vlog. I'm doing a little small workshop to Carmanah Provincial Park, and the road is washed out. I can see behind me, this is where the washout is. It's just incredible. If I turn the camera around, you're able to see what happened to the forest behind me. So I don't think that this road is going to be open for a while. Now luckily I'm hoping about a kilometre or two from the parking lot, according to the information that I've seen. So it's just an extra short little walk to the start of Carmanah. But supposedly there's 2 or 3 washouts like this, which is really unfortunate. But yeah, that must have been quite the sight when it happened. Anyway, I'm here with Brian Barnham, and a couple of other fellas. So yeah, it's going to be a nice little adventure into probably my favourite provincial park on Vancouver Island. Brian just doesn't stop. No wonder his videos are hours long. Wow, this is the next washout. So this is what's left of the logging road, and as we make our way through here, look at that. That is crazy. Wow. Crazy. Yeah, I don't think that's going to be cleaned up for a while. Alright, well, we finally made it down to the valley bottom after a bit of a bushwhack through some of those, I don't know, the landslides, I guess. They weren't too bad actually, except I lost one of my microphones, which is a a big pain in the butt, because I think that's the third one I've lost in the last number of years. I guess I should be more careful. So we've come down to the valley bottom. It's absolutely stunning down here as usual. Not much has changed down here. There's a few trees that have come down, but nothing too major, so that's good. The only problem we're having right now is the light is a little bit harsh. Sun's come out, but it does look like it's slowly clouding over again. So that'll be really good, because you really need that subdued light to kind of reduce the busyness of the forest, because it's already busy as it is. But in the meantime, I'm photographing more intimate scenes like forest floor stuff, and there's a lot of lily of the valley out right now mixed in with the sword fern, so I'm concentrating on that. I've decided to put on a case polarizer, because it does get rid of some of the glare especially on the false lily of the valley. Yeah, it's just a simple pattern shot, and I don't know, it's a good way to get the day started, I guess. Thank you once again to Squarespace for sponsoring this week's video. Are you ready to take your online presence to the next level? Meet Design Intelligence by Squarespace, a fusion of world-class design and AI technology that unlocks your creative potential like never before. Build a stunning, personalized website that's as unique as you are and stands out from the crowd. With Squarespace Payments, managing transactions is easier than ever. Get started in just a few clicks and let your customers pay their way, whether it's Apple Pay, Afterpay, or more. Need to invoice clients? Squarespace has you covered. Simplify your workflow and focus on growing your business. If you're interested in building an awesome website, why not head on over to squarespace.com and give it a try. And if you like what you find, use the code AdamGibbs for 10% off your first purchase. Okay, so I've come back to probably one of my favorite areas in Carmanah. We've just spent a couple of hours here. We had lunch and potted around. I mean, the biggest challenge today was waiting for the light to change, but it has changed a little bit. We've got some clouds moving in every now and then, so that's really helpful. One of the areas that I did photograph, there was a lovely bit of light hitting that Sitka spruce, and there's a shrub next to it, so that's quite nice, way off in the background there. And but I find what I end up doing is I end up repeating a lot of the images that I've taken in the past. That's the only problem with going back to the same area. I tend to repeat images that I already like, and I don't know as if I can really improve on them, other than perhaps if the light was different or the conditions were slightly different. But it's still one of my favorite, my all-time favorite areas. Brian and the other guys have gone down to another spot that Brian and I photographed a few years ago now, and I got a couple of images there that are probably my favorite from Carmanah. So we'll go check out what Brian's doing right now. All right, I'm back at the area where I took a couple of images that are probably my favorites from this location. And I was a bit worried because as I walked up, there was this fallen tree here. I thought, oh no, it's probably ruined the composition, but luckily it's just outside of the frame there. And of course Brian was here hiding behind a tree. He wanted to see if I would notice where the location was. The light is really great right now. It's a little harsh right now, but the clouds keep moving in, so it subdues that light, and it's just enough to give it some directional light, but not too harsh that it creates too much contrast. I think this time, rather than taking the same shots, I'm going to do a nice pano. There's a nice separation between all of these trees, and the Sitka spruce in the background is slightly different in that it doesn't have as much moss on it, so it's a slightly different color. So I'm going to see if I can enhance that a bit. It's a kind of a bluey color rather than a warm yellow. So we'll see if that works. I'll have that in the center. And then I'm going to see if I can get some shots over on this section here. In my last shot, I believe I had some salal. That's all gone. Some branches have fallen down and ruined that. So I'm going to see if I can come up with a different composition. But yeah, this is a really special place. There's nice big trees and they're well separated, and the plants on the ground look lovely. So it's a good time of year to come. Alright folks, thank you ever so much for watching this week's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please be sure to give us the old thumbs up, as that really helps. If you'd like to support my channel in other ways, be sure to head on over to my website adamgibbs.com, where I have a number of items for sale, including my book Land and Light. Alright, until next time, cheerio.